When I
How are
first
you
met Lola on
today?
Thanksgiving 2003, it was love at first sight, and by December of 2004, my animals and hers moved in lock, stock, and barrel. Of course,
So
she knew about my
pretty.
past sin, my
You're
dirt-eating
so
past.
beautiful.
My conscience just wouldn't allow me to
Can I
just
have a
move
kiss?
into the ranch without coming clean. Something happens when you start to confess your sins. It seems the more you yap about it, the better you feel. The better you feel, the more you yap, and then things start to look different. Not better, mind you, but the ambiance changes. Perceptions change, and then you are stuck. You're stuck because there is a point to it where it hits you that you cannot go back. I mean, you just don't magically get your Mac back. And the not knowing whether or not you possess the skills for a relationship of this magnitude, well, it was just an overwhelming feeling. Kind of like the day I met Lola. Aside from the intensity I was already feeling, I mean, my poor little heart was pounding so hard I was sure she could hear it. I'd only been free of dirt for 3 years then. At 6 years old with a life history of addiction to dirt, you could say I have a bit of a self-esteem problem. But I had been doing well, having even started back to agility college. So I thought I was prepared for a relationship, even if we were nothing alike. For instance, I didn't know a thing about horses back then, and that's just wrong. My pack being 5 generations of Wyoming dogs and all. But my Lola loves horses. I like to look at them, maybe chase them a little and steal their treats, but I really liked Lola. And even though those horses just look like overgrown dogs to me, I figured a relationship would work itself out. For her part, Lola is great. She's confident, intelligent, and remarkably good looking. When she strolls into a pasture, heads turn. But the thing I like most about her is her heart, soft, kind, and loving. She stands up for the underdog. She cares. She adores me. I found this hard to accept at the beginning of our relationship, and it's been at the center of any problem we've experienced so far. You see, I have this broken brain which is constantly evaluating and weighing and reading things that aren't even there. I don't know why it is that I think Lola would ever lie or cheat. I just presume that if someone likes me, there's something wrong with them. I punish her for liking me. You see, I'm not easy to live with. You might say I'm chemically challenged. I get up in the morning besieged by thoughts of shortcomings, Lola's and her inability to wash a dish, Baxter and his dirty eating episodes, and my own shortcomings, way too many to list. These thoughts are accompanied by blurbs which scroll across my forehead and wage war on a plethora of worldly injustices, from Old Yeller to the death of Lassie, and to our embarrassing and very dangerous president. The day is yet to start, and sometimes I just want to wave the white flag and go back to bed. This is no tranquil Folgers ad. This is medication time, but honestly, sometimes medicating sounds like a much better idea. But I get up and start the coffee, which, by the way, always seems to be my job. Diego, my brother, and the rest of the poor deprived pooches are fed, seemingly for the first time in their miserable lives, while pieces of last night's dream intermittently flash images of raining cats and alligators. Finally, steaming cup of joe in my paws, I pad out to the porch to smoke. I'm telling you, this is no tranquil Folgers ad. Somehow, with all this going on in my brain, Lola manages to love me with all she's got. I'm one lucky dog. And I intend to take good care of her and love her right back. Now, my meditations in the morning are much better with Lola by my side. I go out to the barn in the morning eager to feed and nourish our horses. They whinny at me in response to my good mornings and stick their heads through the rail for a kiss. Truthfully, I don't do anything for a cookie, but I've learned that love is all about perception, and I choose to perceive that these horses love me back. If that isn't a change, I don't know what is. Lola and I were together the morning when Me Too was born. She was so precious and clumsy. Thinking of that day reminds me that I have one promise left for Lola. She and I have had our share of turmoil, mostly born out of my insecurities, but we have flourished. The next time I get the inkling that I'm not good enough for her, I will walk out to the pasture and check any one of the foals and colts born on our property. I will remember the day they were born, when they were all straggling, gangly, and wobbling me, and I will feel their power and magnificence. Now, as I pose with the wind in their manes, I will recall that at one time each and every one of us were wobbly, but look at us now.